Hello, I've decided to make a video about this particular drill. I have been using it for a few times. I bought it at an auction, estate sale, and it is just one of those things that you must buy, because it is really a large handheld drill. I haven't seen any larger drills that have been in use, maybe in mining or something like that, but this is a mechanical drill for machine drilling, and it uses morse taper drill bits like this. It is 30 millimeters. I believe it goes up to 35 or something like that, and this particular one was probably used in shipbuilding, in shipyard, for making connections on something. It has been produced in England. The model is this was 1-inch heavy-duty drill made by Wolf, and the model is NW8D, and it's 360 RPM, 4.75 amps on European voltage, so it's 220 volts. This is quite a large drill. Actually, you can see that it has grease nipples. That is always a sign of a heavy-duty tool, if a tool has grease nipples on it. And the switch is really a it needs to be operated by two fingers. It's really a heavy duty switch. It has a heavy spring inside, and it has a engagement pin on the other side, so you can lock it in engage positions. It really needs around, I would say, around 10 kilograms of force to operate this switch. It's really I haven't seen any handheld tool that has a switch like this. The other very dangerous thing about this drill is the zero and the phase cable. It has a metallic casing, and it doesn't have a earthing wire that gets connected to the shut-off switch, and it's quite dangerous to operate these drills regarding electrical shock and risk. When you operate a drill like this, it's probably used by two guys at the same time, because it could really bend your arm, and it has a pipe thread inside here, and it probably needs like a length of pipe to counter the other side. So it's probably a two-man operated drill, and you can see that by the size of the drills that could be used on it. It is really heavy. I don't think they make this anymore, this type of drills, because of the safety probably. And I have seen some new ones, but they're probably made in India. I don't know, with the license of Wolf, and but this is made in England. I don't know if there's anything made in England anymore. Probably not, or Europe even. I will be removing this body that has the switch on it, because I need to change the cable, put in a new nice grounded cable so it doesn't go shock on the user. you know it is not assembled automatically or in a hastily manner, because you can see the flat screws. That is the sign of a really old tool. No one uses flat screws anymore, as you cannot tighten them with well, you can tighten them with power tools, but it usually wants to go away. So we can see here inside, it's a really large assembly. So you can see here inside the mechanism that engages with the spring. It's really a large mechanism, and the spring is really hard to press. It is really nicely made, so it's really a robust design. They haven't been stingy on the aluminum. Okay, I will try to disassemble this so we can see inside. So the screws are untightened. I have removed them with some persuasion. You can see inside there is a large spring, and it's really hard to press this. The mechanism, the switching mechanism is inside of here. As you can see, there's not really much plastic inside. Bakelite only. Some large contactors. As you can see here, it only has 2 wires inside. So it has this part that probably was supposed to be grounded. And you can see so we're going to open this back side of it. There is a cover. I don't believe it's a original cover. Somebody probably made this for this drill. This is probably a cover for the magnetic drill. Oh no, it's some more of the flathead screws. I'm usually not untightening the screws with flat screws with this power tool, but it is really a weak power tool, so it probably won't break the bolts and won't mash up the head. So we can see inside of here, it's just a cover for the brushes, for the brush assembly. You can see it has really been used hard. There is a lot of You can see here it's touching the casing. That is really a dangerous thing. It needs to be, it probably was covered or dipped in lacquer. That works as an insulator, but with the vibrations and the cables touching the sharp corners of the assembly, it probably would short circuit after a while. I don't know if this has been made or remade, but it looks really old by the design of it. It has the bakelite plates here. It has really strong spring brushes, as you can see. The brushes are quite large. So it has a really nice mechanism here that you can see it. I don't know if you see it. This is probably the nicest mechanism for the brush holding assembly I have ever seen. So, and I have seen a lot of these drills. So the brushes are probably all right. We will now remove the brush assembly and the bearing on the back side. Now I'll probably use this one. It's not tightened. This will probably need some persuasion or detaching the cables. So okay, the brush assembly first, as this is all one casting with the body, and probably this is probably a bearing cap that is tightened with some special key. Okay, it goes like this. This one is here. It is really a nasty, dirty drill. I don't know if it has been repaired ever, but by the look of it, it's really old, as you can see. Okay, I will need to remove the wires. I just wanted to make this basic inspection of the tool before I try using it again, because it has been sitting for a long time on the bench. So this is the brush assembly. You can see it has a locating pin and one screw, and it has a bakelite plate over the top, and the mechanism, you can see the mechanism here. It has a nice spring and some locking teeth. I don't know what they are used to, maybe to hold something in place. So you can see here inside it's wrapped with and with some kind of isolation material, and probably lacquered and cured. Okay. The rotor seems fine, and the plates don't have a lot of, they don't have a ridge. It's really nice condition overall, but I will probably be redoing this isolation as it is old and crusty, and that would probably be the first thing to do. Another thing that I noticed on this drill, these, you can see it's riveted. It has riveted terminals. I have never seen this type of terminals, somebody going to the length that they put a eye rivet on the terminals. That's a first. I have put some new isolation on the cables and on the inside cables leading to the brush assembly, brush holders. So we will try this, if this works. Okay, it is really noisy, a noisy drill. Probably the gear needs to be lubricated or checked, and the bearings also would need a checkup. I think that they have a little bit of play inside, so it is probably need to be replaced. And I will just remove the reduction assembly. So the screws have been untightened, and we will now try to release this casing like this. Oh, probably the reduction. Okay, so it's really greased up. You can see the fan is some kind of really bad casting. I haven't seen such a bad casting, but it's really thin. It's thin walled, so, and it's not machined to be thin, it's really cast thin. So I don't know how they made this to work, but you can see a balancing. It's probably balanced, I don't know. You can see balancing holes on there. I'll try to put this back in. Okay, so you can see a ball bearing, radial ball bearing. We'll try to clean this goo. What is better to clean? All shit looking grease like this than the old boxer shorts or jockeys, I don't know how you call it. Luckily I have brought another pair. Always be prepared when it comes to your shorts. So this is the reduction gear. We will try to open this furthermore inside just to take a look. You can see this grease nipple is probably connected with the channel to the bearing inside, and it keeps it lubricated. So we have made quite a mess here. Hopefully it doesn't all fall apart. Okay, this is it has bronze bushings. That's always a nice thing to see inside power tools. It's really large bronze bushings. And there are some reduction gears inside. So it looks like a three-stage reduction. It's not a planetary. The grease looks really old. I'll probably re-grease and clean this up and use a new grease inside. But first we have to make this work. It has a 3-bolt connection. That is really strange. Usually somebody would put a cross pattern or something like that for the tightening, but this is probably over designed quite a bit. So I'll be putting this thing together. This thing looks really like some Star Wars gun, Mandalorian or something. It really looks, it has really a lot of wear and tear on it. You can see it has a dent here, and it is all been scratched. It was probably used in the shipyard for like 30 or 40 years, day and night. I also have a 90-year-old welding machine from a shipyard, and it still works. It's a welder generator made by ABB before they merged with ASEA Motors. So I'll be putting this back together. Okay, one smoke and a pancake later, I have put the cable in. It's rubberized cable, so we'll just check the ground terminals, if it works. Okay, that's okay. So one danger less, and we'll try how this thing works. It works, and let's do a little test. I won't be drilling through that part, but just to show the whole absurdity of this machine. Okay. And this is probably
If I drill it through, it will probably be a good television if it twists me up. Okay, let's try this. You can see that. And that's a 200-pound vise, blacksmith vise, so you can see the scale. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the hole drilled by the Wolf drill. So I didn't end up dead, so it's a good day after all. And this thing really needs to be used on a stand or by two guys with a pipe sticking through to give it more leverage, because in this way it really, nothing stops it from spinning around. You cannot hold it because it's so heavy. And hope this was informational, and I'll probably make another video when I make a stand for it, a new stand, magnetic stand. So I have other tools that are also very old and unique, so I will be posting new videos soon. So stay tuned on my channel. Bye.